everyone, welcome to Family Magic UK. I'm Jamie and today's video is all about what we're taking with us on our Disney trip. It's only a few days till we go on our first trip to Disneyland Paris as annual pass holders. And of course we had to do a packing video. So I'm going to go through all the outfits that me and the boys and Ben are going to take with us. So let's start off with Ben. Now, typical man, he has not got any new outfits for this trip. He's just going to take things that he wore when we went in March with our family. So Ben is going with a couple of Marvel jumpers, the lovely green Mickey one that he got from H&M, and some t-shirts that he also got himself in the park. And also there's a fab Toy Story one that he's got, which I got a couple of years ago for him from Etsy. And we're big Friends fans, so with a combination of Friends and Toy Story, perfect. He's going to just wear like jeans and joggers with the choice of tops that he's taken, but you know, he's happy. So yeah. And if he gets cold, he's got a gilet. He's not sure yet if he's going to take a jacket because we keep checking the weather. And 1 minute it looks like it's going to be good, and the next minute it looks like it might, you know, be cold. But yeah, we won't know until we're actually there. Okay, so let's move on to the boys because their outfits are really cool. So let's start off with Finn. So he's got a couple of new outfits and then a couple from our trip in March because the temperature looks like it's going to be the same. So he's got his fab multicolored Marvel tracksuit from H&M. I love the colours in this, and it, you know, it's so suited him when he wore it in March, so had to pack that. Also, he's got a Mickey tracksuit, matching bottoms and jumper, again from H&M. Now, one of the outfits that I got new for Finley isn't exactly Disney. It's from Primark, and it's this gorgeous white matching joggers and jumper, and it's covered in skulls and candles with Boo Crew on the front. And I just thought that's perfect because we're going for Halloween. So even though it's not, you know, a Disney outfit, it's a great Halloween outfit for, you know, the Halloween festivities. But I did get a Jack Skellington t-shirt in Asda, and it's got lots of different faces of him, so different expressions that he makes. But because it's a t-shirt, I've matched it up with a long sleeve white top that he had. And lastly, he's got his Toy Story jumper because he's still really into the Toy Story films and he's obsessed with the Buzz Lightyear film. So yeah, so he's got his 5 outfits sorted. Let's show you Jacob. So Jacob, like myself, is a huge Mickey fan. So 4 of his outfits have Mickey on them. But I think we're going to see a lot of Mickey when we're there next week. So yeah, so he's got his lovely white Mickey hoodie from Asda, and I've paired that up with some red joggers. He's got this lovely navy jogger set that I got in Primark, and he's also got a new Mickey set from Primark. It's a green zippy top with navy joggers. He will have his Buzz Lightyear jogger set as well, because he's still into the Toy Story films and it still fits him. Even though we wore it the last time we were there, it's a lovely outfit and he suits blue. So yeah, so we're taking that. And lastly, he's got this fab Halloween jumper, which I got from Etsy, and I also got this jumper for myself. Mine's is a hoodie, but Jacob's is just a crew neck style jumper. But I just love that me and him will have the same, because you never get mother and son outfits, like matching outfits. It's always like mother and daughter or father and son. So getting these 2 jumpers with the same picture on it means that, you know, we'll be matching. So that's all the outfits that Jacob's going to have with them. So let's now show you what I'm taking. So apart from the Halloween jumper that matches Jacob's, the rest that I'm taking is just from Primark. I've gone for plain joggers, and then I've got 3 different Mickey jumpers. I've got my black and white one, and then I've got my grey hoodie, and then I've got my new white with the Mickey logo on the front, and it's got like 1928 on the bottom. with the navy and red. So yeah, so that's all I've got. I'm hoping to treat myself to a new jumper when we're there, or I might just quickly bung something in the case over the weekend. You know, what I've looked out for us may change if come Sunday, the night before we leave, I look at the weather and it turns out it's either going to be absolutely freezing or the temperature's actually not going to be that bad. When I looked the other day, Monday in particular seems to be like it's going to be really warm, like 22 degrees, which I've not planned for. So like I say, maybe last minute there might be some quick, you know, oh, chuck that in the case just in case we get there and it is nice. Because you know, when we went in March, the day we arrived, oh my God, it was boiling and we were not expecting it to be that hot. And like none of us needed to wear jackets. It was really nice. And apparently it had been really horrible the day before. And like cast members were commenting saying, oh, you've picked the perfect time to come because the last few days we've had horrible, you know, weather, rain, wind. So fingers crossed we get a nice, you know, weather forecast for Monday to Friday next week. Because obviously, you know, weather's the weather, you can't help it. But I guess at the end of the day, as long as it doesn't rain, then we just have to deal with what temperatures we've got. So that's roughly what we're taking outfit wise. And obviously we've got accessories. As you saw in the clip, I've got my new Halloween Loungefly bag with matching ears, which I can't wait to wear. And I also treated myself to Haunted Mansion ears. It's one of our favourite rides and I really wanted to have something for that ride with it being Halloween. And I might get myself either a jumper or maybe a t-shirt when we're there to go with the ears. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, so the boys, in case the weather does turn, I've got a couple of cozy coats along with their gilets, and they've got hats and gloves and scarf as well. Just in case it does get cold, especially at night time, you know, if we stay and watch the fireworks. I am going to take 2 different gilets. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to take a jacket. I've got my long gilet, which I had with me in March, and I've also got my new mid-length khaki gilet, which I got in Primark. Ben, yeah, again, he doesn't know if he's going to take a jacket, but he's definitely got his gilet. And we've got, you know, I've got my ears, Ben has got a hat, and we'll take gloves, obviously. We've got umbrellas, just little ones that will go in our backpacks. And yeah, so I'm planning on fitting most of our clothes in this new suitcase, which I got last week in Primark. When we went in March, we had our own individual little suitcase, but this time I thought, let's try and get all the outfits into one suitcase. You know, less things to humph. Although we are going by car, so technically we don't really need to worry about getting everything into as little amount of luggage because we're driving. But it just does make it easier, you know, getting from the car into the hotel, and with the boys as well, you know, seeing to them and humphing everything at the same time. So yeah, so I'm going to challenge myself and try and get all my outfits, all the boys' outfits, and maybe Ben's as well into this suitcase. Who knows? We'll see. And then we've got some bags here. So I've got this one that I got in the Disney store earlier in the year. It was one of those deals, you know, when you spend a certain amount of time, a certain amount of money, it was like an offer price. And then I got this duffel bag as well, so I might put like shoes and, you know, and those sorts of things in there. Jacob has got his little Mickey backpack for in the park, and I've also got this, which my friend gave me. This is going to be so handy for shopping. So it's like a backpack that unfolds, like it folds into this when you're not using it. And then it just unfolds and it's like this size of a backpack. So we can shove that into, you know, either Jacob's bag or in Ben's bag. And then when I buy something, I just get it out because I've got loads of shopper bags, so I don't need to buy any more. And before I forget, I'll also be taking this. Now, I got this 3 years ago in Primark. Best bag I've ever bought. I've used it so many times. It's handy for like one night stays and things like that. But when we do our Disney trips, or any big trip for that matter, all my toiletries, hair dryer, hair straighteners, underwear, everything goes in this. It's got the fab little bit at the bottom, which I can get like my straighteners and sometimes like a pair of trainers, slippers, and things like that in there. And, you know, my toiletry bag as well, also from Primark. Where else? Let's now pack the suitcase. And fingers crossed, I get everything in. So I managed to get all my outfits, the boys' outfits in that suitcase and a couple of Ben's bits. I'm thinking we might just have to take one of those little cases anyway with us, because if we buy clothes when we're there, I don't know if I'd get it all in that big suitcase. But I did get a lot more in there than I thought, so it's definitely worth the money. So if you're thinking of getting a suitcase that size from Primark, I mean, they're just 45 quid. I think there's a new Stitch one as well. So, you know, and I mean, when we go on maybe shorter trips, we'll probably get everything that we would need for just, you know, 3 days. But, you know, we are going for 5. And, you know, the boys are still at that age where, you know, we do need to bring a couple of extra bits just in case there's accidents with food, you know, spilling of ice cream, spilling of juices, spilling of beans or ketchup. And like I said as well, we are going by car. So we don't need to worry about trying to fit everything in to 1 or 2 suitcases because we're going by Eurostar or we're going by plane. You know, we have the car, we've got a roof box, but at least I know that I can get comfortably my stuff and the boys' stuff in that one big suitcase, no problem. Which is handy to know for future smaller trips. First packing video done. And we've just got a few more sleeps and we're going to be in Disney. I'm so excited. So please subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. Catch up on all our previous ones, how we purchased our annual pass, all the different annual passes you can choose from. And we will see you next week in Disneyland Paris. I'm so excited. Have a magical day.